They sizzle on your breakfast plate. They anchor your backyard barbecues. They're the protein you grab without thinking twice. But some of Canada's most popular sausage brands are chemical experiments disguised as food, loaded with nitrates that European countries won't touch, phosphates that strain your kidneys with every bite, and mechanically separated meat that's closer to paste than pork. We analyzed ingredient lists, reviewed Health Canada data, and cross-referenced consumer reports to identify 7 brands that prioritize shelf life over your health. And here's what shocked us most. The brands Canadians trust the most are often the worst offenders. That familiar breakfast sausage in your fridge, it might be packing more preservatives than actual meat. But this isn't just about what to avoid. We've also identified 7 brands doing it right, using real ingredients, transparent sourcing, and no chemical shortcuts. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which packages to leave on the shelf and which ones deserve a spot in your cart. Let's expose the truth behind Canada's sausage industry. The brands to avoid. Number 1. Maple Leaf Original Breakfast Sausages. Maple Leaf dominates Canadian freezers with that iconic red packaging and the promise of wholesome, homegrown quality. But here's the catch. Even within Maple Leaf's breakfast sausage lineup, ingredient lists vary by product. Some versions lean fairly simple, while others include things like added water and crumbs or starches, which can bulk the product and change texture. So the real watch out isn't a single buzzword additive, it's the pattern. If your breakfast sausage reads like meat plus water plus crumbs/starch plus multiple functional additives, you're not buying the simple version people assume they're buying. Bottom line, Maple Leaf isn't automatically bad, but don't let the branding do the thinking. Check the exact ingredient panel on the package you're holding. Number 2. Schneider's Country Recipe Smokies. Schneider's built its reputation on country goodness, but reports indicate their smokies contain sodium nitrite, mechanically separated chicken, and enough sodium to spike your daily intake with just 2 links. That pink glow and snappy texture, it's not from slow smoking, it's from preservatives designed to maintain color and firmness across long distribution chains. According to food science studies, sodium nitrite converts into nitrosamines when exposed to high cooking heat. These compounds have been flagged by health researchers for their potential links to digestive stress and cardiovascular strain. The very process of grilling these smokies may be creating byproducts your body struggles to process. Consumer reviews frequently mention a chemical aftertaste that lingers hours after eating, a telltale sign that artificial smoke flavoring is doing the heavy lifting instead of real wood smoke. The ingredient label confirms it. Modified milk ingredients, wheat flour, and glucose solids all serve as fillers, stretching the meat content while keeping costs down. Schneider's country recipe language suggests rustic simplicity, but the reality is mass production efficiency. The mechanically separated chicken means you're getting meat paste recovered under high pressure, not hand-cut poultry. For budget-conscious shoppers, it looks like value. For your body, it's a processing burden disguised as breakfast. Number 3. Grimm's Fine Foods Traditional Smokies. Grimm's positions itself as a premium German-style sausage maker, and their packaging certainly looks the part. But ingredient analysis as of the time of making this video reveals sodium phosphate, modified cornstarch, and sodium erythorbate in their traditional smoky line, the same industrial preservatives used by mass-market brands. The Fine Foods label suggests artisan quality, yet the chemical profile tells a different story. These smokies maintain their firm snap through phosphate chemistry that locks moisture into the meat matrix. That texture isn't from traditional casing techniques, it's from stabilizers that keep the product uniform across thousands of units. Food industry observers note that brands like Grimm's occupy a middle ground. They're priced above store brands, but use similar preservative strategies. You're paying extra for German-style branding, not necessarily for cleaner ingredients or superior sourcing. The sodium levels alone, often exceeding 500 milligrams per serving, make these problematic for anyone managing hypertension or heart health. The traditional smoking process Grimm's implies would take time and temperature control. Instead, liquid smoke and nitrite salts deliver that smoky flavor and rosy color in a fraction of the time. It's efficient for production, but it means you're consuming chemical shortcuts rather than genuine smoke compounds from hardwood. Number 4. Zabiha Halal Beef Smokies. Zabiha Halal serves a specific market, Canadian Muslims seeking halal-certified meat products. The religious certification is genuine, but reports suggest the ingredient quality doesn't match the premium price point. Their beef smokies contain modified food starch, sodium phosphate, and glucose solids that bulk up the product without adding nutritional value. Industry analysis indicates that some halal-certified processed meats rely just as heavily on preservatives and fillers as conventional brands. The halal designation guarantees the slaughter method, not the ingredient integrity. Shoppers assuming they're getting cleaner food based on certification alone may be disappointed when they examine the fine print. Consumer feedback often mentions inconsistent texture. Some links feel dense while others seem spongy, which points to varying ratios of meat to filler. The beef content, while halal, appears to be extended with starches and gums that hold water and create bulk. That's why the package weight feels substantial, but the protein content per serving isn't proportionally high. The sodium phosphate issue remains the same across religious certifications. Whether meat is halal, kosher, or conventional, these preservatives still stress kidney function and mineral balance when consumed routinely. For families buying Zabiha Halal products for religious observance, seeking out brands that combine halal certification with cleaner ingredients would serve both values better. Number 5. Compliments, Sobeys, premium pork sausages. Store brands tempt budget-conscious Canadians, and Compliments premium pork sausages from Sobeys appear to offer quality at a lower price. But ingredient reviews, as at the time of making this video, show these sausages contain sodium nitrite, modified cornstarch, and potassium lactate, a preservative trifecta designed for long shelf life, not nutritional value. The premium label is marketing language. Behind the scenes, these sausages are often produced in the same facilities that supply national brands, using similar recipes and preservation methods. You're getting familiar factory processing under a different package, with savings that come from branding, not from ingredient quality. Food scientists note that potassium lactate, while considered safe by Health Canada, primarily functions to inhibit bacterial growth and extend refrigerated shelf life. It's not about flavor or nutrition, it's about logistics. Your fresh sausage can sit in distribution for weeks before reaching your local Sobeys, then days more in your fridge, all while looking pink and fresh. The sodium levels in store-brand sausages often exceed name brands because preservatives compensate for potentially lower quality meat cuts. That's the trade-off. You pay less upfront but consume more additives. For families already stretching grocery budgets, this feels like smart shopping. For your body managing sodium and chemical load, it's a hidden tax you'll pay later. Number 6. Shopsy's Original Smoked Sausage. Shopsy's has been a Canadian fixture since 1921, and that history lends credibility to their products. But longevity doesn't guarantee clean ingredients. According to label analysis, their original smoked sausage contains sodium nitrate, modified milk ingredients, and enough sodium to deliver nearly 30% of your daily recommended intake in a single serving. Reports suggest the smoked flavor comes primarily from liquid smoke and smoke flavoring rather than actual smoking processes. The deep brown exterior and firm texture owe more to curing salts and phosphates than to traditional preparation. That old-time taste is a chemical reconstruction of what real smoking would produce, delivered faster and cheaper. Consumer observations frequently mention a greasy residue left in the pan after cooking, a sign that fat content is high and potentially stabilized with emulsifiers to prevent separation. The modified milk ingredients act as binders, keeping that fat integrated into the meat matrix. When heat breaks down those bonds, you're left with pooled grease and a product that tastes saltier than it should. Shopsy's trades on nostalgia. Canadians remember the brand from childhood barbecues and ball games, but that emotional connection shouldn't override ingredient scrutiny. The recipe may not have changed much since 1921, which actually means it's still using preservation methods developed before we understood their long-term health implications. Tradition isn't always beneficial when it comes to food chemistry. Number 7. President's Choice Blue Menu Pork and Chicken Sausages. This one surprises people because Blue Menu is positioned as a better choice line under the PC/Loblaw umbrella. But let's fix a major claim. Blue Menu is not a Health Canada endorsement. It's branding. And here's the accurate way to frame the concern. A healthier label doesn't automatically mean minimal processing. Some products marketed as lighter can still rely on added water, binders, or flavor systems, and the only way to know is the ingredient panel on that exact package. Big picture, public health guidance consistently flags processed meats, like sausages, as something to limit, especially if you're eating them frequently. This one surprises people. Blue Menu is Loblaw's healthier choice line, featuring products with reduced sodium, lower fat, or added nutrients. Their pork and chicken sausages wear that Blue Menu badge, suggesting they're a smarter option. But ingredient analysis, as at the time of making this video, reveals they still contain sodium phosphate, modified cornstarch, and autolyzed yeast extract, a flavor enhancer that functions similarly to MSG. The marketing works because consumers see Blue Menu and assume Health Canada has endorsed these products as superior. In reality, Blue Menu is an internal Loblaw classification based on selective criteria. A product might qualify for reduced sodium but still pack in phosphates, starches, and artificial flavoring. Food industry critics note that Blue Menu sausages reduce fat content by adding water and stabilizers. You're not getting leaner meat, you're getting diluted meat held together with chemistry. The chicken content includes mechanically separated chicken, which again is paste, not cuts. The pork is extended with fillers that create the illusion of bulk without proportional protein. Here's the deeper issue. Health-conscious shoppers actively seeking better options are being misdirected by branding. They're paying a premium for a Blue Menu label while still consuming the same preservative categories they're trying to avoid. That betrayal of trust matters more than the chemistry itself. It means Canadians trying to make informed choices are being sold a story that doesn't match the ingredient reality. The brands that protect instead of risk. Number 1. Fontanini Italian sausage, no nitrates, nitrites added. Fontanini breaks the mold by offering Italian sausages with no added nitrates or nitrites, using celery powder as a natural curing alternative. Based on available information as at the time of making this video, their ingredient list stays remarkably short. Pork, water, spices, sea salt, and celery powder. That's it. No phosphates, no modified starches, no chemical shortcuts. The texture stays firm because the meat quality is higher from the start. When you use premium cuts, you don't need binders and stabilizers to fake structure. The flavor comes from actual fennel seed, black pepper, and garlic, not from yeast extracts or artificial smoke compounds. You can taste the difference immediately. It's brighter, cleaner, with none of that chemical aftertaste. Consumer reviews consistently praise Fontanini for delivering authentic Italian flavor without the preservative load. The celery powder provides minimal nitrates from a vegetable source, which converts differently during cooking compared to sodium nitrite, producing fewer concerning compounds. It's a compromise that respects both food safety and health consciousness. Bottom line, Fontanini proves that Italian sausage can taste bold and traditional without industrial additives. It's available at most major Canadian grocers, making clean eating accessible. Number 2. Lilydale free from chicken sausages. Lilydale's free from line strips away the usual suspects: no artificial preservatives, no added nitrates or nitrites, and no modified starches. According to product information as at the time of making this video, their chicken sausages use simple ingredients: chicken, water, sea salt, spices, and natural flavors derived from plant sources. The chicken is raised without antibiotics, which means you're avoiding residual pharmaceutical compounds that can accumulate in conventionally raised poultry. That matters for families concerned about antibiotic resistance and long-term exposure to growth agents. The meat tastes lighter and less greasy because it's lean poultry without heavy fat stabilization. Food reviewers note that Lilydale's texture is slightly less firm than phosphate-loaded alternatives, and that's actually a good sign. It means you're eating actual chicken held together by its own proteins, not by chemical glue. The flavor stays mild and versatile, making these sausages perfect for pasta dishes, breakfast scrambles, or on the grill. Bottom line, Lilydale Free From delivers clean protein without the preservative baggage. It's a Canadian brand making transparency standard, not premium. Number 3. Organic Meadow grass-fed beef sausages. Organic Meadow takes it further with certified organic grass-fed beef sausages that contain no nitrates, no phosphates, and no fillers. Based on available data as at the time of making this video, their ingredient deck includes grass-fed beef, water, sea salt, and organic spices. That's the complete list. The grass-fed designation changes the fat profile, higher in omega-3 fatty acids, lower in saturated fats, and cleaner because the cattle aren't exposed to feedlot antibiotics or growth hormones. That nutritional edge translates to sausages that taste rich without being greasy and digest easier because the fat composition is more favorable. Analysts note that organic certification guarantees no pesticide residues from feed, no synthetic fertilizers in pasture, and no GMO grains, which matters to Canadians increasingly concerned about agricultural chemical exposure. The price point runs higher, typically $2 to $3 more per package, but you're paying for verified sourcing and nutrient density. Bottom line, Organic Meadow proves grass-fed beef sausages can compete on flavor while delivering superior nutritional value. It's an investment in long-term health, not just a grocery purchase. Number 4. Sloan's Artisan Sausage, Maple Breakfast. Sloan's operates out of Ontario, producing small-batch sausages with restaurant-quality ingredients. Their Maple Breakfast sausage, according to current product information, contains pork, real maple syrup, sea salt, sage, and black pepper. No nitrites, no phosphates, no modified anything. The maple flavor comes from actual Canadian maple syrup, not corn syrup or artificial maple flavoring. You can taste the difference. It's subtle, balanced with natural sweetness that enhances the pork rather than overwhelming it. The texture is coarser because they grind the meat fresh and stuff it without stabilizers. It's how sausage was made before factory methods took over. Consumer feedback consistently highlights Sloan's as worth the premium, $8 to $10 per package versus $5 to $6 for mass brands. You're getting artisan preparation, local sourcing, and ingredient integrity. These sausages behave differently when cooked. They brown more evenly, release less grease, and maintain flavor without relying on salt overload. Bottom line, Sloan's brings butcher shop quality to Canadian grocery stores. It's proof that breakfast sausage can be both indulgent and clean. Number 5. Fieldgate Organics Chicken Breakfast Sausage. Fieldgate Organics offers certified organic chicken sausages with no antibiotics, no added hormones, and no synthetic preservatives. Based on information as at the time of making this video, their breakfast variety uses organic chicken, organic spices, sea salt, and organic cane sugar, keeping the ingredient list transparent and pronounceable. The organic chicken comes from farms that meet strict animal welfare standards, more space, outdoor access, and no confinement systems. That humane treatment translates to better meat quality. The chicken develops natural muscle structure, resulting in firmer texture without chemical enhancement. Food safety experts note that organic certification also means no irradiation and no artificial colorings, processes sometimes used in conventional poultry to extend shelf life and improve appearance. Fieldgate's sausages look paler than nitrite-treated versions because that's what real chicken color looks like. It's authenticity over artifice. Bottom line, Fieldgate Organics delivers breakfast sausage that respects both animal welfare and ingredient purity. It's available at Whole Foods and select independent grocers across Canada. Number 6. Sanagan's Meat Locker Pork Breakfast Links. Sanagan's operates butcher shops in Toronto and supplies select retailers with heritage breed pork sausages made without nitrates or phosphates. According to their specifications, as at the time of making this video, the breakfast links contain Berkshire pork, sea salt, maple syrup, sage, and black pepper, a traditional recipe executed with premium ingredients. Heritage breed pork like Berkshire has superior marbling and flavor compared to commercial breeds engineered for rapid growth. The fat renders cleanly, creating juiciness without the greasy residue that stabilized fats leave behind. The meat itself tastes more robust, almost nutty, which means less seasoning is needed, hence the lower sodium levels. Industry observers note that Sanagan's represents a return to butchercraft traditions, small batches, skilled preparation, and direct relationships with farmers. You're paying for expertise and quality control that mass production can't match. These sausages cost more, $12 to $14 per pound, but the eating experience justifies the investment. Bottom line, Sanagan's brings butcher shop standards to packaged sausage. It's Canadian craftsmanship at its finest, available to those who prioritize ingredient integrity. Number 7. Columbus Craft meets uncured turkey sausage. Columbus Craft meets bridges accessibility and clean ingredients with their uncured turkey sausage line. Available widely across Canadian retailers, their products contain turkey, sea salt, spices, and celery powder, skipping the sodium nitrite while maintaining safety through natural preservation. The turkey is antibiotic-free and raised without added hormones, delivering lean protein without pharmaceutical residues. Food scientists note that turkey's naturally lower fat content means these sausages require fewer stabilizers to maintain texture. The meat itself provides structure. Consumer reviews praise Columbus for tasting surprisingly similar to conventional sausages despite cleaner ingredients. The celery powder provides just enough curing action to develop flavor and color without the health concerns attached to synthetic nitrites. It's proof that food science can work with natural ingredients rather than replacing them. Bottom line, Columbus Craft Meats makes clean eating convenient and affordable. It's in most major Canadian supermarkets, removing the excuse that healthy sausages are too hard to find. The pattern is undeniable. Canada's biggest sausage brands lean on chemical preservatives, phosphate stabilizers, and mechanically separated meats to deliver consistency and shelf life at your body's expense. Meanwhile, brands committed to transparency use real ingredients, natural preservation methods, and cleaner sourcing. Once you spot words like sodium phosphate, sodium nitrite, or modified cornstarch on a label, you'll know you're looking at industrial shortcuts, not food craftsmanship. The cleanest sausages list ingredients you could pronounce to a child: meat, salt, spices. Nothing hidden, Nothing synthetic. Think of this knowledge as your new superpower. Every grocery trip, you'll see past the marketing claims and heritage branding straight to what actually matters, what you're putting in your body. Read those labels slowly. Choose brands that respect your health, not just your wallet. Subscribe to North America Crisis Radar and stay informed. Next time, we're exposing what's really inside Canada's most popular bacon brands, and you won't believe which natural option is the worst offender.